Speaker, this is a motion of urgent public importance on the need to investigate the legal and the criminal allocation of federal government lands at the Lagos International Trade Fair Complex. Aware that the Lagos International Trade Fair Complex consists of a 350 hectares facility along Lagos-Badagry Expressway, which was constructed and opened in 1977 to coincide with the first Lagos International Trade Fair, uniquely designed with exposition halls, demonstration halls for the federal government and the state government international corporations, as well as recreation parks, with an artificial lakes, chalets, press centers, shopping stores, and festival squares. Further aware that in 1994, the federal government leased some spaces at the Lagos International Trade Fair to businesses from the Balogun market to enable them move and decongest the Lagos Island. Informed that in September 2002, the Balogun Business Association and its over 53,000 members, the auto spare parts, machinery dealers, cosmetics, jewelers, under the banners of the Association of Progressive Traders, as well as professionals and corporate bodies operating under the name International Center for Commerce, move to the Lagos International Trade Fair. Note that there have been allegations of gross abuse of power, underhand tactics, and misappropriation of funds and dues over the years by the Board of the Trustees and the management of the Lagos International Trade Fair Complex Limited, owned by the federal government. Concerned that the master plan for the development of the International Trade Fair Complex have been significantly altered, and land belonging to the federal government is being balkanized by the current management of the complex. More concerned that the Lagos International Trade Fair Complex is a conflagration of ethnic fire waiting to happen, as honest businesses are losing money and being ruined by unilaterally allocating, approving, and monitoring the construction without recourse to statutorily mandated agencies of the state and at the federal level. Most worried, as hundreds of billions of revenue that should be generated from the complex is going to pockets through misappropriation of lands in the Lagos International Trade Fair. Our prayers is to mandate the House Committee on the Public Asset to investigate the illegal and the criminal allocation of the federal government lands at the Lagos International Trade Fair Complex by the management in order to avert impending riots and implosion. I so move, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Under the oversight of the House Committee on Commerce, this motion will move the duty of that committee to another committee. So I would strongly suggest that it be referred to the Committee on Commerce.
Refer me again, page what?
Page 152. The Committee on Commerce.
Page 153, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
It's clearly stated, Mr. Speaker. And if it keeps on mentioning, the trade fair is also under them.
Yes.
Contrary. Point of order.
Please put your microphone. Put your
Yes,
microphone.
can I?
Rules and business.
Yes, Vice Chairman,
point of
Committee
order.
on Commerce. Can I?
order, Mr. Speaker. Point of order.
This is,
Order, please.
this is the Parliament, and we conduct ourselves as parliamentarians. The opportunity to be heard is given to everyone when you raise your hand. So let us keep it that way, as you have always done, because the world is watching the conduct of our Parliament. And we say that here is a sacred chamber, and in the sacred chamber, there are rules on how we conduct ourselves. Thank you very much for understanding. So there is a question to an amendment. I will ask again. Those in support of that amendment say aye. Those against say nay. The nays have it. Any other amendment?
Order 24. Mr. Speaker, Order 20. Order 20, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, with a kind permission, can I read it? Mr. Speaker, Order 20, read 2. There shall be committees to be known as committees selected and constituted at the commencement of every assembly to perform the function allocated to it by this rule, for such other matters as the House may from time to time refer to. Mr. Speaker, the essence of this rule, which under your purview, is that once the rule refers to a committee on any issue, this rule of this shall take precedence. In the light of this, Mr. Speaker, if you look at that order, at page 152, Mr. Speaker, that particular order emphasizes the role and the committees and the organizations that must be under that purview. In the light of that, the House cannot change that position except they refer to it. So in the light of this, Mr. Speaker, that order cannot stand because the Speaker, I move that this be the same. To fall in line with the order of the House. So I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order.
Order, please.
Point of order.
Order. I'm here to understand, maybe when he leads his debate, we'll be able to know
Point of order.
more. Let's hear from you.
Mr. Speaker, I come under Order 109, Rule 1-2, so that we will not portray your decision, which is born page 223, which is born out of the decision of the majority members to think that the decision was taken contrary to the House rule. Mr. Speaker, if you check Order 109, page 223, it says there shall be a committee on public assets constituted at the commencement of the life of the House. And if you check at number 2, the prerogative of allocation of public assets by government fall under the purview of Committee on Public Assets. So in my opinion, I will want to concur and appreciate.
Where are you reading? Which one are you reading?
I'm reading number 1, oversight ministries and departments and agencies charged with management and disposal of public assets. B, to equally oversight over the management of government assets situated anywhere within and outside the country. Mr. Speaker, the place in Custom, which is in Lagos, Trade Fair, is one of the public assets of Nigeria. We must try to distinguish between commercial agencies that fall under Committee on Commerce and equally the constitutional responsibility, particularly those embedded by our House rule as earlier stipulated in Order 109, Rule A, Rule 1 and 2, Sub A, B, and C. It donates that responsibility to the Committee on Public Asset. So, majority of the members that voted in respect of this voted in line with our House rule. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Please,
Mr. Speaker.
Honorable.
Mr. Speaker, this is the Bible, the Quran of this assembly. Every actions and inactions, every decisions that is not in consonance with this, Mr. Speaker, I think it is null and void. Mr. Speaker, let me refer us to page 154 on committees. We have here committee on 153, Mr. Speaker. We have Committee on Commerce, and the functions of the committees are listed. And when you go down to number 2, sub
L, we have read it. We've read it before.
Mr. Speaker, you will see trade fair. It is not a public asset; is not being sold. There's a committee vested with the responsibility by this House to oversight the trade fair activities of the federal government. It's not being sold. A property is not being sold. And Mr. Speaker, if the House has made a mistake by its decision, the House has the powers to reverse its decision.
Point of order.
So, Mr. Speaker, the committee well vested with this motion is the Committee on Commerce. I rest my case. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, we have to be very careful in whatever decision we are taking at this chamber, not because of the motion itself, but because of the future. We have the chairman of our rules and business, who is the custodian of our rules. He chairs the committee. If a chairman of the rules and business will call our attention and advise us, I think if that is how the law is, we have to follow it. My only advice, Mr. Speaker, we have taken a decision. So my advice is I will move it as an amendment.
We have not taken any decision.
No, a decision was taken on the earlier amendment.
Okay, the amendment.
Yes, yes.
That was proposed.
That was proposed.
Not on the motion.
Yes. So the further amendment I would advise is let there be joint committee. Both the Committee on Commerce will now lead public assets and any other relevant committee to be part of that committee in doing the investigations. Thank you.
For amendment, that it be referred to a joint committee of commerce and public asset. Any seconder to that motion? Any seconder to that motion? No seconder. Yes, Jonathan.
Assembly. My name is Gaza Jonathan Befi, and I represent the people of Karu, Kefi, Kokona Federal Constituency of Nasarawa State. Mr. Speaker, we have listened to this motion carefully, and I would want us to put it in context. Trade fairs, as well as exhibitions, are held all over this country and the nation. And when you read this order with regards to the jurisdiction of commerce, it is more of the activity, the service. Now, in the wisdom of this House, we decided to create a committee in charge of the assets. That is why you have a scenario where this same committee invites players from the Nigerian Ports Authority. They invite players from, in fact, the valuation of the assets of this country all across various sectors are domiciled within this committee. Now, what I would want to suggest to curb it in so that we are not in any way shortchanging or taking away the functions of a committee as constituted by our rules, is for a joint committee. However, since it's an issue bordering on the assets, which is the sale of land, the Committee on Public Assets takes the lead. Then, being the fact that it has to do with the purview of the Committee of Commerce, which is trade fairs and exhibitions, it will have the Committee on Commerce to equally support the Committee on Public Assets. That is my humble submission.
Point of order.
Yeah,
Order
Mr.
6.
Speaker.
Point of order. I'm the Vice Chairman, Committee on Commerce. Mr. Speaker, I want to put it on record. And as the rules of the House says, the trade fair complex falls under our purview. And we want to inform the House that the committee presently, on its oversight functions, have visited this trade fair complex 2 times because of this problem we are talking about. So the committee presently is on top of it. We have started work, we have been there, and we are still going back for this same purpose. So for us now to say that we relegate this work we have done so far to another committee who is not responsible for this, that means you are taking away our duties from us, because we have started and we have gone a long way. For us to withdraw now and pave way for another committee, I think it's a setback. So I just want to bring this to our notice so that members will understand. Thank you.
The motion before us is not referring to the activities that has to do with trade fair. It's referring to where the trade fair activities are conducted, the premises and how they are located is what this motion is referring to. The motion is saying the premises where these activities take place, that they are wrongfully allocated. And they are asking, can we investigate the allocation of these premises? That is what the question is.
Point of order.
And then the commerce is saying if it has to do with anything pertaining to trade fair, we should be involved. I've not had anybody move a motion if we cannot have joint committee.
Point of order, sir.
If we can,
Point of order, sir.
we have granted it before, please. We can continue. Let's move on. I've not had anybody say where we're not having joint committee and we're not having public asset or commerce handling it, a bridge between them should be ad hoc for the purposes of this investigation. It's only an investigation. So all this struggle, you can have an ad hoc committee where the players in the both committees will work. So, Jonathan, over to you.
An ad hoc
Point of
committee
order. He cannot
be
move motion on the
constituted
decision that is
to
already
handle this
taken.
particular
Point of order, sir.
investigation.
Point of order.
I
Point
so
of
move.
order. Point of order. Point of order.
Order, please.
Point of order, sir. Haba.
Point of order, sir.
There's a motion in place. Let's see if there's any seconder.
There was point of order before the motion, sir.
Any seconder to that motion?
No.
Any seconder to that
No,
motion?
no.
Seconder.
Point of order.
What is your point of order?
Mr. Speaker, it is interesting.
Chief Whip, please do your job.
It is interested, Mr. Speaker. Chief Whip, I need the attention of the Speaker, please. I don't know. Mr. Speaker,
Please protect me. Go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, Yusuf Gakti from Pashinkanke Kanam.
Use your mic.
Mr. Speaker, this will end the matter. This particular order will resolve the matter. Order 10, Rule 2, Mr. Speaker, and I quote, that the Speaker in the House and the Chairman in any committee shall be responsible for the observance of our rules and maintenance of order in the House and committee, respectively. And the decision upon any point of order shall not be open to an appeal and shall not be reviewed by the House except upon a substantive motion before the House. In view of this, Mr. Speaker, I submit that we should comply to Order 10, Rule 2. Since a motion was moved, decision was put to vote, and decision was taken. Our rule did not allow us to open debate on a matter that decision have been taken on.
Honorable
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
please. Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Members are allowed to make amendments.
Point of order. Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Point of order. Order, please. Order, please.
Honorable Gadi, members are allowed to make amendments, and we can take more than one amendment. It has nothing to do with Order 10 at all. And now, the last amendment was not seconded. So which brings us back to the motion that is before the House, and now we're going to ask questions based on that motion. So Section 10, Sub 2 has not been activated at all. So I will ask the question. Based on the original motion, those in support of the motion say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The nays have it.